Ooh, got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Happy Thursday, August 25th to you, Larry, and everybody else out there in Radio Land. Good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning.
And good morning, everybody else. Got a great show lined up for you today. Going to have a special guest in the podcast broadcast later on. Tickets galore as we count down for the Ghost Show, which I need you to check your emails to make sure that you got your tickets for the Ghost Show, Weirdo. Because it's going to be a blast.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. That's TCC this Saturday. So many events finally coming to town, and we're only scratching the surface because we even get the fall. And there's a bunch of announcements of concerts that keep popping up on a daily. And I just saw a festival be announced up in Phoenix, little outside our format, but super sick. And my buddy Psycho Steve is putting it together with Relentless Beats. And, you know, we just talked to Upsall the other day, right?
Yeah.
She's on that
Nice.
festival. It's called the Zona Fest. Playboy Man Baby's on that fest. Portugal the Man
sweet.
is on that fest. You know, like a who's who of Arizona artists and national acts all joined together downtown Hence Park. I think that's where they have the McDowell Music Festival.
Nice.
Sick. It's going to be sick. And I'm stoked about it. And I got to shoot over an email to Steve just to be like, how can I help her? How can I get hooked up?
Right.
Where's the ticket link? Take my money, you son of a bitch.
Right.
Luckily, I'm friends with him, so I'm hoping for the homie hookup.
Yeah.
You know, but we'll see. I just mentioned it right now. Now I'll take this little clip. I'll get yelled at by management, but it'll be worth it. And he'll be like, "Hey, see, I gave you a little mention. Can I get some free tickets?"
Yeah. Here, I got to get the hookup.
Yeah, he'll say no, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. So we're getting ready for a great weekend lined up, and I have so much to get to. In fact, actually, I didn't even give away tickets yesterday for Mammoth WVH and Alter Bridge. That was announced to be at Marquee Theater in March. Show's a ways away, but the tickets go on sale for that show this Friday. So all this week, I win them before you could buy them tickets, which is awesome. But I haven't had a chance to necessarily give them away because we've been so busy and having such a good time.
Yes.
You know, so I want to play a game. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. That's the number to call right now if you want to try to win tickets for Mammoth WVH and Alter Bridge performing at the Marquee Theater in March. Again, these are win them before you buy them tickets. The game that we're going to play to start things off is the 5-second rule. Okay, so the game is very simple. I'm going to ask you a question. You got to give me 3 answers within 5 seconds. If you do so, you're going to win tickets to that show I just mentioned, Alter Bridge and Mammoth WVH at Marquee Theater. I got to make sure I have my phone lines open.
Yeah. See
I don't.
His brains are functioning this morning, this
Yeah,
early.
I know. Well, you know, right off the bat. So 600 KFMA, 600-5362. And these categories, they're super fun. And since Mammoth WVH, you just have to have a little bit, an teensy amount of knowledge about Van Halen for the first question. And then after that, it's all whatever. So 600 KFMA, 600-5362. It was announced yesterday that California is going to unveil a plan that will see new gas cars banned by 2035, which is like right around the corner. If you're young and you think, oh, that's way in the future, then I have some bad news for you. The older you get, the quicker those years go by. And 2035 is really right around the corner. And I have a bunch of questions. Does that mean if you have a gas car, you can't drive into California, or only like out of state plates can have a gas vehicle?
Yeah, we're how do they implement all this stuff?
I don't know. See, those are all good questions. Hey, what's going on? What's your name?
It's Bam, number 15.
All right, Ben, you want to try to win those tickets for Mammoth WVH?
No, Bam.
Got it.
Say Bam 7 more times because I don't think I got it. All right, so Bam.
Yeah.
Bam. All right, you got 5 seconds on the clock. Once I ask this question, you got to give me 3 answers If you get it right, then you're going to get those tickets for Mammoth, WVH, and Alter Bridge. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Name 3 Van Halen songs. Go.
Jump, Janie's crying, and rock this. Jesus, hot for teacher. Jesus.
Doesn't matter, Bam. You ran out of time, my friend. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have said jump a couple times, but yeah, that was close. Unfortunately, not good enough this round, Bam. Try again another time, okay?
All right, thanks, man.
I appreciate you. Happy number 15. So we're going to be giving those tickets away all morning long. Also, we got tickets to give away for Ghost, which is going to be coming up around, I think, was it 7 a.m. today? Yes, 7 a.m. with the Yes game. So we'll see how bad you really want those tickets to Ghost and so much more. Well, let's just kick things off with some music. I got Papa Roach coming up after System of a Down. Here's Bring Your Own Bombs on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Got your morning moron coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It's Beef Vegan Presents. All right, welcome to the podcast broadcast, everybody. And please welcome our in-studio guest. Her name is Eunice, and what is it, Eunice Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Yes, so speaking to the mic there, Eunice. Say hi to all our streamers here.
Hello.
Or currently on the FM side, Eunice is a part of a comedy show that's happening at the Screening Room this weekend, Saturday, correct?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's going to be September.
September
4th.
September 4th.
Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday, Saturday, because the next day most people don't work.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Come out and party with us.
Nice. I want to get you in the habit of speaking into the microphone. I know you're a stand-up comedian, so you know how to work that mic. So all the conversation in the room, because I got the headphones on, I can't hear you if you talk outside the mic. So we're not on the radio yet, so this is a good way to kind of get into the zone here. And so how long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
Oh, man. You asked me to admit that? Like, so like over 6 years now in Tucson. And
that's good.
Kind of branching out. So.
All right. Yeah. So you started here in Tucson, huh?
I did. I'm actually from Tucson. I was born here before like all the hospitals turned into acronyms.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't even
Nice.
think I could find my birth certificate anymore. I got to hold on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Good
Apparently
old
it's
desert
important.
rat. Well, heck yeah.
Yeah,
Tucson
absolutely.
representing.
Now you say you got followers all over the world. So what do you mean? So you're on Instagram, and how many followers you got on Instagram?
So that's the thing. The funny piece about it is I actually like speak 3 different languages. And
Okay, so
I speak
Dang.
Portuguese too. And
Okay.
so then I got some people out in Brazil. Like for some reason they like my content at Mi Vecina Nice on
Right.
IG.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I guess they think, or maybe it's like a Ponzi scheme. They think like I'm big. So then they're like, yeah, we're going to support you. Send us $5 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Brazil, Sao Paulo. ¿Qué onda?
Nice.
Tudo bem?
Are you live streaming right now on your Instagram?
I am, and
Okay,
it's
good.
on my IG at Mi Vecina Nice. So if y'all want to see all the behind the scenes and me like picking my nose in between, like
That's
go
hot.
watch it.
Yeah. So what are you posting on Instagram? You do videos of your like bits and jokes, or you also do like thirst traps because it's Instagram?
I mean, who doesn't do a thirst trap? I do thirst traps for my shows though.
Mhm.
Like so maybe like a little side boob and then like come to this comedy show. Because you have to. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what catches the eye. Nobody
Absolutely.
really cares about laughing, but
No, everyone cares about laughing, but if you have the power of getting somebody's attention, then you already got them, right?
that's
It
true.
just to have them say as they scroll through, stop for a second, and then boom, while you were looking at my side boob, check out this joke, and then if they laugh, then you got them. They're hooked.
Exactly.
You're like, I'm a fan of laughing and side boob at the same time.
Exactly. Everybody loves boobs.
Everybody,
We all
guys
grew
and
up with
girls.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
when you post a side boob pic, right? Did you notice like the heart ratio of men to women? Like you get a lot of women liking the post as well?
I wish I did. I
Oh.
wish I did because it's one of those things. Dating women's a little bit different than dating dudes. Like,
Yeah, it
and
is.
I gotta tell you, like, so I don't know if this happens to you, but like, especially you go to the mall, you're like, oh, I like your bag or I like your shirt or whatever, and it's like, well, so let's go out or something, and it's like, nah, you're just nice,
Uh-huh.
So then it's like, oh, they
So
don't realize
you-
I'm hitting on them.
Right. Yeah.
I
So,
come
yeah.
across that problem all the time. I'm like, yeah, I really do like your hair, but also you're really pretty and go out with me, please.
Yeah, can I pull it? You know what I
Right?
mean? And then it's like, oh shit, oh.
You're fine.
snap.
We're not on the air
Yeah,
yet.
we're not on the air yet.
We got
Yeah,
about a
okay,
minute
cool.
before we're gonna remind people we're on the podcast broadcast. Let them know we're going to talk about next, and then I'll pull up your flyers as well and your Instagram, and we have a bunch of things to cover. Had a good F my life this morning, which we'll share. We had an anonymous person call in.
Anonymous.
Wink. Everyone on the stream is going to know who anonymous is, but
Yeah.
it was a good F my life for sure. And we have a lot of things to cover here with some viral videos and headlines, and I'll let you know we're coming up next. Now, would you consider yourself Gen Z? Are you Gen Z, Eunice?
I don't even.
Gen Z are people born from 1996 to 2012.
Okay.
Are you Gen Z?
So I was born in 88.
Okay.
So
I
you're
will
millennial.
admit that. But here's the thing though, is like I don't have those tendencies because I actually took care of myself since I was 16.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So
like-
you're a boomer.
I guess I'm a millennial with boomer tendencies. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right. Well, we're breaking down some Gen Z stuff here right after the Foo Fighters, but let's get on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Our podcast broadcast is live. You can join us on our social media pages of Rock 102.1 at Beef Vegan, at Beef Vegan Presents, or youtube.com/Beef Vegan. In studio, very special guest. She's a hilarious comedian named Eunice Gonzalez. She's going to be hanging out with us on the podcast broadcast, and she's streaming this live on her Instagram as well. Say your Instagram again, too, so people can check out your thirst traps and see the live stream.
Yeah. It's mi vecina nice. All lowercase. So MIVECINANICE.
You need to get an easier Instagram handle. I know you lost me like 10 times, but that's all right. I'm going to find it. I'm going to pull it up. Coming up next after Foo Fighters All My Life, we're going to talk about Gen Zers who are sharing things that annoy them about their very own generation. See if we can jump on board with that. That is after All My Life by Foo Fighters, or we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. All right. So now we're back off the air.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Spell it for me because I'm gonna pull up your Instagram, but you gotta spell it slowly. I'm a slow listener.
Now here's the thing. That's the professional one.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Okay, the
So I'll
professional
give you
one.
the professional one. That's MIVECINANICE.
MIVECINANICE.
So in the professional one, you don't have to
Yes.
put the thirst traps
Oh
on
no,
that?
I do. I still
okay,
do.
good.
But that's
Good.
the one that's like mostly full of like just random like
Right.
shows and da 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 da.
Right.
But mine is full of everything. Like mine is full of just random people doing stuff on the street, on Fort Lowell and Prince,
Mhm.
and just everything.
You know, and speaking of which, we're gonna get into TMZ Tucson here in a second. He follows
Yeah.
TMZ Tucson on Twitter and Instagram. So there's some drama going on with this hookah bar owner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went into the smoke shop to go get my vape or whatever, and the chick was just going on and on about it. And I was like, dude, I don't follow the news right now. What's going on? Hook it up.
This guy, and
Sorry.
I don't want to
What's the
jump
down?
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to jump to conclusions about a guy, right? Because he's a business owner, but he comes off, I'm telling you, in this news interview he does, and then based off the history of his practices, his business practices, and him being on his third hookah bar because the other two got shut down because nefarious means and people, violence and shit like that. He comes off like a douche. Just straight up. I'm just going to say that. Now, he might not be a douche, and I don't want to fully judge a guy I don't know. You know what I mean? Man law states that. But at the same time, I'll let you guys be the judge when I play this video here in a little bit because you're going to get strong douche vibes. And that's just how it is because he has this kind of fuck it attitude, which is all great if you're going to be a rapper, but not a business owner. And
Yeah.
especially hookah bars where you're catering to underage kids, basically.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of gray area as far as legality. Have you ever done a comedy show to hookah bar?
I was just thinking about that. That sounds amazing.
You should. You should. And
We should.
they should be booking comedy shows because then you get that 18 to 21-year-old crowd.
Yeah.
Well, wait, can they even do that now? I thought the law was 21.
That's
for
what I was gonna
tobacco.
say.
I think that, again, I think there's loopholes and gray areas. And who in their right mind besides doing after hours, which I think what I've heard too, or just saw in comments on the TMZ Tucson page is that you could bring your own alcohol after 2 a.m. and drink it in there. But that's,
Interesting.
I'm telling you right now, that's fucking illegal, right?
Right.
So if that's the case, that's another reason why he's going to get shut down. And the hookah bars have always been kind of sus for me, just because of the whole idea of it. Like, yes, okay, this is a good place for people under the age of 21 to train to be barflies and alcoholics without the alcohol, right? But at the same time, then you got creepers who are like 30 years old going after 18-year-old chicks.
Just 30.
Well,
I'm sure
even
you're
higher.
older.
Yeah, I've
Right.
seen some silver foxes out there.
Yeah, see, that's yeah. So growing up in Tucson, when you were like 18, 19 years old, would you
Yeah.
go to these hookah bars?
Oh no, I'd be at the bars on sick.
So you had
Because
a
they
fake
don't
ID.
care about IDs most of the time.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and I've never been into a hookah lounge. I never understood the point of it. Never did.
Our generation, I guess they came after our generation.
Alright.
But if I was like 18, 19 years old and they had those hookah bars, I definitely would have been in them because I ended up being in a bar. And I lived in a bar and nightclubs for the first, I don't know, like 5 years of my adult life.
Right on.
6 years. Oh, yeah. That's great.
I mean,
Until you see my liver. All right.
Yeah.
We got 5 seconds. Gonna get on air.
Nice.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here with Weirdo and Eunice Gonzalez, who's a comedian. And as I was saying before we played Foo Fighters, there was a Reddit thread from Gen Zers. They're sharing things that annoy them about their very own generation. These are like stereotypical Gen Z-like behavior. And if you're asking, as we get older and they continue to throw out these generations, it was super easy to follow along what a generation was back in the day, like Gen X, you knew that. But then they started saying Gen Y, then Millennial, then Gen Z, then I don't even know what this current generation is. But Gen Z is anyone born from 1996 to 2012.
Yeah.
All right. So essentially people in their 20s.
That's 3 of my children.
Yeah. 3 of your children
Yep.
are all Gen Z.
Yep.
Well, these are some of the things that you will probably relate to as far as what they do.
Mhm.
Possibly that might annoy you, but it probably annoys their friends. So coming in, I got 7 of these. So coming in number 7, thinking that the world can be changed by posting TikTok videos.
Oh God.
I mean, can it though?
No.
It can't. Like a
No.
TikToktivist.
Like it could get worse. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, I come across a lot of hacks on TikTok, which I like to share, but a lot of them, so much of them are BS, right?
Right.
So whatever I end up showing on the podcast broadcast that made it through is literally the top 1% of what's being pushed out there.
Right.
Tons of misinformation and insanity.
Ugh.
So you're not going to save global warming by posting a TikTok video, right?
No.
All right. Getting offended by everything so easily. Gen Z is just a soft-shelled generation.
Yeah, but isn't that like every generation? Like when it was the boomers, they're like, oh, Gen X, they just don't get it and they're weak and all this. And then the Gen Xers were like the millennials, they're
I don't know.
wussies. Like,
No.
I don't know. It feels like a generational
Or they're
trope.
killing the economy.
Right.
Like there's all those movements, but at the end of the day, dude, it's just everybody's gonna hate somebody. You know
That's
what
true.
I mean? Like
But you see, like the Generation Z movement is the canceling if they disagree with something that you
Yeah.
tweeted
That
like
is
10
true.
years ago.
Yeah, that
Forget
is
that.
true.
I think older generations might have thicker skin. I'll give you an example. Weirdo, call me fat.
Beef, you're so fat.
See, doesn't even bother me. Rolls off.
you know what?
Rolls
You're
right off my rolls.
shaming him.
I
We're
know.
gonna cancel. Go to
Her
her feet.
positivity
Yeah.
jerk.
Exactly.
How dare you?
Exactly. All right. Number 5, all the vaping and then acting like there's no way it could be bad for you. Yes. Science is not in on that. It could be bad for you.
Yeah.
The cringy slang like chuggy, slaps,
Oh.
and okay boomer.
Okay, I'm here for the okay boomer though, because my parents are boomers and I love doing that. You're like, all right, boomer.
It's a good burn.
It is.
Now, Eunice, you're a performer and you
Yeah.
want to be hip to the younger generation. Do you ever catch yourself saying slang like chuggy?
What is
No,
chuggy?
I don't.
You're going to
no.
have to Google that into the Urban Dictionary. I know what slaps is, and I definitely say that.
I do too.
It totally
I
slaps.
just
Yeah.
say bars sometimes, like bars, like, but that's more of
Yes.
like acknowledgement. Like that was whole-
Dropping bars.
Yeah, you're dropping bars. So I guess I don't know. I guess I'm the kind of person if I like it, I take it. I'm also a linguist by trade. Like I actually got my degree in linguistics.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she
So I
speaks 3
love
different
language.
languages.
Yeah, I speak
So,
Spanish and Portuguese.
The fact that you speak 3 different languages, right? Doesn't it offend you that they, will use a word like chuggy, just make it up and be like, hey, we're not going to learn language. In fact, we're going to dumb it down so much. We're just going to put together a couple sounds and tell people it means this.
You know what? I think the ultimate is just to like change your breathing so people understand you.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like weirdo gets it. Like I'm looking at you in the eyes. I'm just gonna like whole sentence.
You got
right
that?
There.
Yeah, got it.
Got the
Received.
vibe.
All right, that's women's
We're
intuition
talking
right
about
there.
you
Yeah, I
and
can
your
tell.
weight.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
God damn it, Eunice. All right. I'm not offended though. Not offended. All
Better
right.
not be. You better not
Number
be.
3, the dumb online trends like the Tide Pod Challenge. That's a Gen Z thing. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
but millennials got
Yeah.
blamed for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really Gen Z.
Yeah, I know.
Just should
Number
not.
2, the quote, insatiable need for attention. All right. So like that's what they hate about. That's Gen Zers sharing things that annoy them about their own generation.
Mm.
And the number one thing that Gen Zers are sharing that annoy them about their very own generation is acting like bullying is outrageous, then just doing it online instead.
Right.
The hypocrisy.
Right.
It's like, how dare you be a bully? I'm going to go to Reddit and post
Right.
I'm going to dox you, post your address and
Right.
tell people how
Swat
terrible you
and-
are.
oh, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
swatting. Isn't
Yeah.
that nuts? Like that should
Yeah.
be canceled. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's slowed down a little bit, but some people are still getting swatted.
Yeah.
Some people deservedly so. All right,
Yeah.
let's hit the reset on the FM side. We got more with Eunice Gonzalez in studio. We're going to keep the conversation moving and check out Thirst Traps on Beef Vegan, youtube.com/Beef Vegan on the podcast broadcast. Join us there. All right, clear. All right, so that was Gen Zers. So now you can curse again.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I know
yeah.
you've been holding
Fuck
back.
that shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying is like, I think honestly, like, especially too, like, we stopped using the word cunt. And I think
Mhm.
we
Oh
need
my
to
God.
use it more.
No, what word needs to come back is
just chill
twat.
it.
Twat is
too.
a beautiful
Twat.
word.
Or what was it? Cum biscuit. I heard that
Twat
like
waffle.
3 years. Yes.
Wait a
Cum
second.
biscuit.
Wait
I
a
was like, I was blown. There was this fucking, and not literally blown, but there was this fucking comedian, dude. He was amazing. And he's from like Great Britain or some shit. I can't remember his name. Shout out if you remember him.
You can't say like first off, that's 2 words, cum biscuit. You're a
mean, we're-
linguist, you should know it's 2 words.
Yeah.
And then it was never in the vernacular or is that common. So cum biscuit is one of those deep cuts.
I know,
Yeah.
but I want to make it great again.
Yeah. You're gonna be making it great for the first time.
Exactly. Right?
Powers
That's
jumped on the
true.
stream like that escalated quickly. You're like, I wish I could say words like
Sorry.
yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you think of the George Carlin, like the 7 words you can't say on TV. Like, it's actually
Exactly.
so much longer and it's beautiful. Like, I cuss a lot and I love it because I won't cuss at people, but like peppering it into language and just getting creative because, like, fuck gets old after a while. So to be able to throw in other stuff is always
Well,
fantastic.
that's literally why I got into linguistics was because of George Carlin and
Nice.
Steven Pinker is this other dude. And basically, there's whole studies. All
Mhm.
right, there's this whole thing you could even watch on fucking YouTube of if you put your hand in ice water
Mhm.
and you cuss, immediately your heart rate decreases and you're chill. But if
Yes.
you're trying to hold it in and you're just like, "Nah," and you're like hands dying a little
Mhm.
bit, you're more stressed.
Yes, and
So, yeah.
cussing also helps alleviate pain. One
Mhm.
of those things. So it's
a
amazing.
pleasure thing.
Yeah, the power that words can have on your own brain and the science
Mhm.
behind it is legit.
It
For sure.
is.
All right, what we're showing here on the podcast broadcast stream is the Wild Card presents. Who's the promoter? Are you the promoter for
I am
this?
a promoter.
So
for
you're
this.
Wild
you.
Card. You're
I-
presenting this.
So I'm the Mi Vecina Nice Productions, and the Wild Cards is one thing that I do because I do many things. at
You're a
the same
hustler. You
time.
got many.
I do. I mean, I grew up on the South Side, man.
You're right,
You have
so
to
you gotta
have
do it.
5 jobs by the time you're 12.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
So yeah.
So this Wild Cards presents a show. This is obviously going to be featuring you. And then who's the lineup that you have on this?
Oh man. So here's the thing. This whole setup is a little bit different. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna have 16 comics.
16.
doing
Wow.
16.
Oh,
But they're only doing 3 minutes each. I didn't say they were good. They're just gonna go up and do
Right,
3
right,
minutes. You know what I
right.
mean? But they are good. They're amazing. And
Uh-huh.
y'all better start selling some fucking tickets.
Ah!
We're in the hole already, man. No, but anyways, Come out, y'all. Like, it's going to be great. They're going to be dressed up for Comic-Con. We're doing a pairing with Tucson Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to have their personas. Whoever wins from that, 4 people voted by you, the audience. So come out, get your fucking tickets. I'm telling you.
I swear to God, I'm getting vibes like between your hat and your whole swagger and
She's
stuff.
gonna murder you.
She's the cartel comedian, right?
I mean, don't make those assumptions.
I'm not making
Right.
those assumptions, and I'm not even saying which family you're associated with. I'm not saying it.
Beef, you're gonna be in the
Yeah,
headlines
no.
for something you don't want to be next
Yeah,
week.
exactly. No, or I mean, it could go either way. Maybe you do another show for me.
Hey, you know, like I'm not anti-cartel
morals.
here.
Yeah,
I'm just
there you
saying,
go.
you know, like you know,
Everybody's for sale, bro. Everything's for sale. I mean, if you think you're not, you know what I mean? We just had Squid Games come out. That's the Korean cartel right there. You know what I
Right.
mean?
yes.
She a
People
down
loved
chick
it.
over here, man.
You know
I'm
what I
loving
mean?
this.
Like, life is life. Enjoy it. Do it. Come watch the show. 4 people will go on to the last round, right?
Okay.
Will,
It's a competition. That's good.
the
Yeah.
audience will vote.
Okay.
And then the headliner from there will be the headliner set up for the next show.
Nice.
Ah.
Whoever
awesome.
wins that. 20 minutes recorded live. We'll get you some headshots too. So the one that won the first round, that was kind of a shit show because the first pancake always gets burned. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean? It's never perfect.
Right.
So that poor soul won that round. Well, I shouldn't say poor soul. He's fine. Connor Hanna. He's got his own podcast, Man's Gendered. Check them out. They're awesome. They're on all the platforms and stuff.
Right.
He's going to be the headliner this time around.
Okay.
And half of the lady comics in Tucson have hit me up of like, what the fuck? But so that's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring in.
Why did they hit you up? Say what the fuck? Are they upset about
Listen
something?
to Man's Gender podcast.
Oh, okay, so the guy who does the
but I support it.
comedy is a little
It's
too
one
Andrew
style.
Tate.
It's
Is
one
it
style.
is it Andrew Tate-ish? Kind of like one of those kind of like machismo incel type vibes.
I dig it though. I don't want to
So
lump
yes,
him
no?
in. He's his own
Right.
thing. He's
Okay.
his own thing. I don't want to do him the disservice. Kana, you're awesome. Please show up to the show.
Right.
Don't flake. No, but like, dude, he's his own thing.
Okay.
But here's the thing about it is, so like, a lot of times people get boxed into these personas and then they become a heel and they don't want to be like, I don't know
Right.
if anybody's into wrestling.
Absolutely.
Hi.
But
Yeah.
So
You're
like,
among
yeah, you gotta
like-minded
have a
people.
heel. You gotta have a heel.
Right.
Now you don't have a show. If everybody's likable,
Right.
then I mean you're watching a family program.
Right, there's
you know
been a
what
lot
I
of
mean? Like,
Yeah, there's been a lot of comedians lately that aren't like digging into that heel and doing that and working like super blue,
that
which would
shit.
be nice to see again, like another kind of round of that. So yeah, let that be his thing.
Well, a lot of
exactly.
comedians make the mistake if they try to lean into the heel not being good enough. You have to be
Right.
really good.
Oh, it's got to be
to be the
solid.
heel.
It's
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
be solid. Like I'm thinking like Anthony Jeselnik, like he really leans
Yeah.
into that and it's
Yes.
really good.
Yeah.
So
he's-
you got to
Exactly.
make sure it's on par.
Jeselnik's actually a super nice person in real life. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep the conversation moving. I'm gonna show more of Eunice's Instagram, and then we have some videos that we're gonna share and so much more. But earlier this morning, we had an excellent F My Life that I want to share with you in case you missed it. Went a little something like this. And shout out to Anonymous.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward.
It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, time for another edition of F My Life. These are unfortunate situations emailed to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can give me a call, 600 KFMA. That's 600-5362. And if we agree your life is F, we'll give you tickets to either Mammoth WVH or Jim Jeffries. All right. Here's our first F My Life email sent to me by Phil. He said, today my 4-year-old daughter walked in while I was changing my shirt. She said, when I get older, I'm going to have big boobies just like you. I'm her dad. F My Life. What do you say, weirdo?
Kids are adorable.
Yeah, they say the darndest insults.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to say big baby because that's like a solid story that's like funny to tell.
Yeah, big breasted baby, Phil.
Yep.
All right, next F My Life. Travis sent this to me. He said, today I found out that the people in my apartment to the left and the one to the right and the one above mine all tested positive for COVID a week ago.
Ooh.
Oh, it's creeping in.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no
Slow
escape of that.
creep.
Yep. F my life. What do you say, weirdo?
Where we're at in this thing, big
Right.
baby. You're gonna take a week off of work. You'll be fine.
Yeah. You should be good, Travis. I agree. Next F my life email sent to me by Diego said, today during work hours, I took time off discreetly, went for an interview for a prospective job at a rival company. As soon as I reached the place, I bumped into my current boss. Oh, busted. F my life. What do you say?
Yeah, that's F my life.
That is awkward. Try
Yeah.
explaining that. All right, let's go to the phones here. Rock 1, 2.1. Who's this?
This is anonymous.
Okay,
Anonymous.
All right. Should be a good F my life then. All right, what do you got for us?
I walked in on my 15-year-old yesterday beating his meat in the bathroom.
Oh, did you make eye contact?
I put my head down in shame and walked out. I looked at his mother. His mother said, "What's the matter?" I said, "He's beating his meat." And she goes, "Is it big?" And I sat there and said, "You go look." And I just walked outside.
That's so funny. That's the mother's response.
Oh, my
Is it big?
gosh.
How's he holding up? Do you take after me or do you take after you?
Fortunately, this is my stepson.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, all
Well,
right.
yeah. You don't even want to know. Be like, yeah, he's huge, just
Yeah.
like his dad. You whore. All right. So, sorry. I'm gonna say F my life. What do you say, weirdo?
Agreed. F my life.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. Stay on the line if you want tickets. All right, brother. All right. So that was the F my life from Anonymous. Anonymous. Had to share that with you. Eunice Gonzalez is in
Nice.
studio with us.
Well, quit
All
making eye contact with things you shouldn't be.
Yeah. So we talked about this hookah bar owner, right?
Right.
So this
All
is
right.
the
What's
dude
up
right
with
here.
this?
All right, check it out. This is the owner of Diamond's Lounge. So what
Where is this
happened was, I don't know. I got to figure out what the crossroads
Right.
are, but it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm going to go out there anytime
Right.
soon. So like what happened was there was an officer involved. An officer involved shooting, and
Okay.
one of their customers ended up getting shot and killed by an officer.
Yeah, wasn't he like 24? He's young.
They're always going to be young at a hookah bar.
Okay,
That's
fine,
what
fine.
this.
Fine.
That's what this is, catering to. So
Right.
let's check it out. I got douche vibes from him. I could be wrong, but I'll let you guys be the judge.
For any of you guys calling me a snitch, I own a business. I have to be. Raina,
Right off the bat, people out there call me a snitch. I own a business. I have to be Raina. Then you're banned for calling me a snitch. So that's kind of a bitch move right there.
And like
you always come out
name.
here anyway. Matter of fact, now you're banned from coming here. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
A lot of people were saying it was unjustified.
Now this is him talking to the news.
Oh, okay.
Personally, I think it was justified.
This is your third hookah lounge, if the other two have been shut down. Is that true?
So I have had Kings got shut down because I kept getting red tags for noise complaints. My Paradox location, I shut that down because of the New Year's situation. Something happened to another friend of mine inside, and that was due to the negligence of my security. Those security guards do not work for me any longer. I would never hire them again. They do come here as customers.
So what happened in Paradox?
A friend of mine got hit in the face by a stray bullet.
Okay, first of all, there's a pattern. You've had two going, you shut down, you're blaming everybody else. Like, come on.
Yeah, because of the New Year's situation, and and then what happened at Paradox? Oh, just a friend of mine got hit in the face with a stray bullet.
Yeah,
How
just
do you
random.
how do you get hit in the face? Like
You get shot.
You get
That's what
shot.
that is. Yeah,
So
you
shot.
got shot.
that, but you know what? I gotta give him credit for trying to make it sound
Right.
Like,
I mean, true.
I accidentally had my hand on somebody's neck
You're right.
and caused a mark. Like I said, I choked somebody to death. Like, yeah, hit with
She's
the
over here
Did that-
respecting the
bullet.
hustle. We're all like, what
Yeah.
the hell is wrong with this dude?
Right.
Now,
Did
he's
that
been arrested.
person-
He's been arrested with that kind of talk.
Did that
He's-
person you put your hands
Yeah.
on their neck? Did they owe your family money?
No, that's not that allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, I'm just saying the cadence and the language. I respect it. He's been arrested. He's been in lockup
Right.
He
at
has
least
been.
once.
He has been. Let's
Yeah.
let's
All
hear a
right.
little bit more of the douchiness of this bar owner, hookah bar owner.
I've known him for about 5 to 7 years. He drinks a lot. Like he parties. It's 22, 21, 22. He's gonna party.
It was 24.
I don't with
No,
What
no,
do you say to the people yesterday, you're just nothing but trouble. You had to close, 2 other lounges, possibly close this one down. What do you say to that?
this one's not gonna get shut down. I promise that. I say I'm not a babysitter. You guys are all grown adults here. Everybody that comes in my building is a grown adult.
freshly turned 18, sometimes
Right.
17, sometimes
Right.
16, but all adults here. I'm not a
Right.
babysitter.
I'm not a babysitter, but it's all young kids. And I feel bad for the salon
15 seconds.
that's right next to
Yeah,
it.
so
Like
that's,
getting
like,
real
sound
shit
something.
advertisement on that.
Right.
Dude.
All right, let's keep it clean. We're going to be on the FM side here in about 7 seconds. I have a
fuck,
little
huh?
bit more that I'm going to share here in a minute. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here on the podcast broadcast with Weirdo and Eunice Gonzalez, who's a comedian. Has got some shows coming up and all that good stuff. I will ask you this. Yesterday, and I've been waiting for Weirdo to get on this show because yesterday we talked about a new term,
Yes.
right? And see if you're down with this term. It's called monogamish, right? And
That face.
it's essentially what it sounds, right?
Yeah.
So, like, monogamish is like, yeah, I'm faithful-ish, like, yeah, I might, pay for the happy ending every now and then when I get a massage, but I'm still pretty faithful.
I'm coming home to you, baby.
Yes.
Right.
And they define monogamish, which apparently was a term coined about 11 years ago, as someone who, tries to pull off the monogamous relationship, that indulges in fantasies, flirts with other people outside the relationship, and is open to extra relational sexual interactions with a specific understood boundaries in place. But Weirdo, you're poly, right? In a poly relationship.
Yep.
Is this not just being poly?
So this actually, like, when I looked at this earlier, I was like, okay, that's kind of dipping your toe in the pool. I think most people who start off poly, like, this is kind of how they start off, like, which is actually good because you want to
start off as cheaters and then they work their way into
no, because as
Openly.
long as exactly openly,
Respectfully.
right? Yeah, respectfully, openly, open communication, transparency, because like that would be the extra relational sexual interactions with specific understood boundaries in place is typically where it starts. Now, some of those boundaries could be toxic, absolutely, 100%.
Right.
But for the most part, I think that's where most people start when it comes to poly, especially with the fantasies. I mean, that's how it started for me. It was like, hey, I got this thing I kind of might want to try. What are you thinking? And then, my original partner was like, yeah, let's give it a try. And we
was your fantasy like, hey, can I call you by a different name? And, like something like that?
I mean, that was a fantasy, but that was when we were monogamous,
Yeah.
What up, daddy?
Yeah. What up? Your boss?
Right.
Like, whoa.
Dominant.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, and especially like we stayed in the realm of the fantasies for a long time. Like we really talked it out and maybe tried to like role play that a little bit and kind of see how that felt because we knew that we never wanted it to end our original relationship.
All right, let me ask you this. What would be your steadfast rule if you were going to be monogamish or go monogamish if you were going to recommend it to people who are thinking about going that route?
I mean, first of all, high five. Let's do this. Come join the party. But I would say it's absolutely 100% open communication and transparency. And some of those conversations are hard. They're difficult.
Eunice. You can't go back and forth.
No, right. That's the other thing too. Like I always tell people, I'm like, there is no going back to monogamy for me.
Yeah, Eunice, you talked about how you, potentially dating women and men. Have you ever attempted to do a monogamous relationship or a poly-style relationship?
So funny story. I was married for 10 years.
Okay. Yeah, right.
The key word there is married.
What was?
So it was. I wanted to explore it openly in public with them, but it was a lot to handle because I've always been bisexual. I've always enjoyed women's bodies, and they're like it's a whole different situation when you date a woman than when you date a man. And I started off actually dating women, and then I
transition to dudes.
Maybe I might like to. Well, and I can't say this here, but I'll say it in the other side when you won't get
on the podcast. Yeah.
I enjoy specific flavors.
Yes, and we'll talk about that on the podcast.
He's like, hey, I'm gonna go.
Would your ex-husband consider it cheating if you hooked up with a woman?
Well, so we talked about it. I wanted to bring in somebody to the relationship. He's
Bonus.
Like, I had this neighbor, and it didn't work out right. And it was a lot, and it was very painful to watch him go through. Basically, dude got cuckolded by another woman.
Oh.
And so it just, and I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
Right.
If we're all together.
Right.
And so, but looking at it now, though, that's that mentality. If you're monogamy minded,
right,
and you have those tendencies of wanting that security and the partnership, that's not bad. It's just you know that about yourself.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I
And stick
respect
with it.
And we're
And stick with
cool.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and we're cool 1000%. Shout out.
All right.
Greetings.
Nice. Yeah. And I'm sure he's kicking himself for not taking that opportunity to have you and another
he's
woman.
happier. Oof, I'm a monster, dude. I accept it.
All right, we're gonna break down the flavor context with Eunice on the podcast broadcast. Be back with more Beef Vegan Presents after these words. Stick around. It's Rock on 2.1 KFMA. All right, what did you mean by that?
I enjoy the taste of cum, goddammit. and I mean, and don't get me wrong, women come in their own way.
Yes.
But like male ejaculation when we respect the language, right? That's what I mean. I enjoy the taste of cum.
All right, so there's different textures, and is there you find there's like different flavors and different dudes?
Oh yeah, and so this is the thing too. I'm finding out other layers now because I actually switched to being like vegan. Like I know you call yourself vegan,
right. So you don't swallow.
I don't. No, and that's the thing. I feel like now I'm a cannibal that eats a lot of vegetables. You know what I mean?
I've seriously had this conversation with a vegan woman in the past, and I said, so she said she was vegan, and I was like, well, do you swallow? And she said yes, and I'm like, you're not vegan. And I tried to make that point, be like, when you drink a glass of milk, you're not drinking a billion baby cows, right? That's my argument. So you can't necessarily say you're vegan and swallow. You could be vegan and spit out all day long, but how long you been vegan?
So I guess I've been veganish.
Yeah, okay.
2 years now.
So you haven't given that up because you're just like, boom.
I enjoy the taste of cum.
Did you develop that taste? Because I can imagine it's not something like the first time you're just like, this is amazing. Like when you're young and you drink a beer, you think it's the grossest thing ever, and then you grow up, you get used to the flavor, and then you crave it.
How cringy do y'all want to get?
I want to get super cringy.
So, all right, so you know what? Throw out my personal
preference.
Eunice.
Okay.
It's y.una.99. That's my personal IG, y'all.
Okay, that's when you get sturdy.
I got bits on there about basically the first time I tasted cum, I didn't know I wanted to taste cum. Somebody else decided.
It's always a surprise. Yeah. The guys got you like,
oh shit.
Whoops.
Okay, this is happening.
Sorry, I didn't know it was happening. We all know it's happening, by the way.
That's the thing is like, then I was like, that's an interesting flavor.
Okay.
But on top of that, though, it's like another layer of like, I'm pretty sure that's the day I became allergic to Reese's Pieces. Because I had eaten it that day and now I can't eat nuts. I can eat nutting. I can't eat peanuts.
Okay.
So I got to replace it one for the other. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's just out here sacrificing.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Well, we salute you on behalf of all men. Like we salute.
And I'm over here being like, can I watch?
Right.
That's literally what every time anybody like, oh, me and my girl can I watch? Because you'd be surprised when people are like unicorns and
Oh yeah.
But here's the problem with that. And for all you that are dipping your toes into monogamous territory, whatever, enjoy it, do it. I encourage it. I consider myself non-monogamous, but not poly, because I don't just fuck with anybody. I gotta be able to talk with you,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if we have nothing in common, the fountain is off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that's sapiosexual. Like there has to be an intelligent kind of like connection. Or Demi, is it Demi?
There's all these other label me, whatever.
Right.
I know what I like.
Are you currently in a relationship?
So I have somebody that I enjoy their company very much. Shout out, you know who you are. I invited you today, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We're not on.
We're not on the other side.
I invited your ass today, motherfucker. No, but so that's the thing is, and they're like navigating if they want to be poly.
Right. Would you say you're solo poly then? So like you don't have a primary relationship, but you're just like. Because there is solo poly.
I like the primary though. I just right now I'm just taking a break. Like literally also I'm going on day 42 of celibacy, which has been fucking weird. I know.
See, I can tell you're wound up.
Right. I know. Why are you
but it's
what's the experiment?
So I've done it before. So it's basically I'm doing like edging, long-term edging.
Okay, gotcha.
The day is gonna be my birthday.
Nice.
So then that's when, life is just gonna splooge everywhere.
Right.
Like
it's gonna be that tsunami.
Everything, give it. You know what I mean? So I'm just giving myself that birthday present.
So what are you doing with the person that you're seeing now? Obviously, if you're not in a relationship, then you don't necessarily have to be faithful. You're just kind of being a friend, a friend with benefits or whatever the case may be. So what are you doing in that situation? Does that person feel like they're faithful as well, or they're free to go out and date other people as well?
So we've actually gone out to clubs and tried picking up women together.
Yeah,
Oh.
to get
It's one of those things of like
that's a fun game to play
it's
too.
a fun thing, but it's also like I think it's so new in that area for them because like I've been down with the group activities for a
How many
minute.
people at once is your max? Have you done just the 3?
Oh no. I would say 3, yeah, but there's been like other people in the vicinity, but I don't touch them.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
You got spectators. So you performed in front of a lot of people, but you know,
Yeah.
on stage and off.
Consensually.
Yeah,
respectfully.
Of course. Well, I mean, there might be one person in consensually outside, like peeking through the blinds and stuff. And I apologize, I was that
Yeah.
person.
No, right?
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
just like sitting in the wind.
I dig a show. I dig all types of entertainment.
This
Well,
is
you
this is
gotta-
good. I
you
love
gotta
these
enjoy it.
conversations because like
I know
it's
you would.
always taboo, but like I love
Life.
talking about it because like
Yeah.
it's supposed to be an enjoyable part of your life. So like let's talk about it. And even me being poly, like most people be like, well, you're not interested in finding out about other. Hell yeah, I am because I want to see how they're doing it. And, you know, because I'm in a poly cube. Most of the
Okay.
time in poly, you only hear about triads, usually
Yeah,
2
yeah.
females, 1 male.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there is so many more combinations out there,
yeah.
and it's fascinating.
I heard the other day about a hinge, having a hinge.
Right.
And
Okay,
I was like,
what's a hinge?
what the
Define that.
So a
fuck?
hinge is where, let's say, actually, technically, I'm in a hinge with my husband and my boyfriend. My husband and boyfriend are not seeing each other,
Right.
but my husband's seeing me, my
Right.
boyfriend's seeing me. So I am the hinge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend's a hinge as well then.
Yes.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
what would you two be then?
Yeah, it's so complicated.
Because you're interconnected to everybody.
Right. So we're interconnected. So, but then we have the 2 triads. We have my boyfriend, my husband, and my girlfriend.
Mm.
And then no, sorry, I just said that wrong.
You-
My girlfriend, me, and my husband, and then my girlfriend, my boyfriend, because that's her husband, and
Right.
then me. So we have 2 triads too. It's and there's 5 different couples. Like it's so crazy
It's
to
complicated.
polycube.
All
Yeah,
right, I
sound
got-
like my extended family.
I know. So I got 2
Cousin,
questions.
cousin.
All right, all
I
right.
want to get to Vegan Egan's comment real quick, but real quick, Eunice. So Weirdo here is in a relationship where she actually shares a bed with all 3 partners at once. So 4 people sleeping in one bed.
Right.
Would you do that on a regular basis, or is that too much?
I mean, I think it's whatever fulfills you, like in your soul and your holes. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Is it
if
there?
you're
And your
happy,
souls and your holes. I'm using
if
that.
As a
you're
t-shirt.
fulfilled in your souls and your holes, do it. Like,
Right. But would you do it?
I would like, and I essentially wanted that with my
Right.
husband because like I feel like when you're in the same page in the same room,
Right.
and even like say you have a stank face one day with your main person,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and the other person's around, like now you have a whole nother dynamic, and
Yep.
that can be beautiful.
Right.
Like,
That's how we operate. Like when me and my
Yeah.
girl are going through stuff, like
Yeah.
you know, one of the other partners can kind of take over, the other one gets relief with the children
Exactly.
All right.
and with each other.
exactly.
Yeah,
a
there's got to be one person that's like a blanket hog though, and that's not cool for the other 3.
That's why you have 3 separate
All
blankets.
All right, so Vegan
Yeah.
Egan wrote on the podcast broadcast stream, it's funny how everything needs a label now. My label is just like hers, and it hadn't changed in 20 years. I like what I like. The term means different things to different people.
That's definitely a Gen Z
Yeah.
thing. Gen Zers have like really come out with all the labels, and I'm like, hey, I know y'all
Yeah.
want to try to find something to identify with and feel accepted and everything, but like, holy crap, calm down. Like, there's now 42 different sexual identities and 102
Oh, and it's
gender
growing.
identities. I'm like, can we
Yeah.
simplify it just a little?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right about that too.
Tetris, yo,
It's
what
hard to
is it?
keep track on all that. So we know your label, and what did you say what your label was, Eunice? If you
I don't
even have
really
one,
label myself. Like I mean, demisexual is like the closest thing I identify with. but,
bisexual,
like,
try anything,
I gotta, yeah, that too. Like you gotta do it at least once or twice.
right?
Yeah, I'll try
Maybe
anything twice.
17 times. Shout out. No, but so that's the thing is like, it's one of those things of like, I feel like we grew up in a space. I didn't get the talk. I don't know if y'all got the talk. I
Not
didn't
really.
get the talk. I got the talk.
I
of,
got the talk at
you can
school.
get pregnant. Like
Right.
just don't do it. You can get pregnant, and that's like cool. Well, I guess I'm having kids. Like
Right.
we're gonna see.
Yeah.
I don't have kids, by the way.
No.
Oh, good. You made
Teen
you,
mom,
wow.
right? Here.
Yeah, not in this world. I mean, I'm sure I've probably like shit it out a lot. Oh, my bad. We'll backtrack on that.
All right,
But so that, yeah, I don't label myself.
that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
what I like.
Well, let's see. There's a lot of things I want to get to, and we're obviously learning a lot. And we definitely went down the sex rabbit hole, which is fantastic.
Word.
Do you get
It's a good day.
inspired in your
Gotta do it.
comedy to write a lot of sexual jokes based off of like accomplishments or embarrassing scenarios and fails, basically?
More incest.
Yeah.
I actually do, but see, here's the thing is, so my comedy is very particular. You see, usually a stand-up comedian has a formula, like you know what to expect from them. They got the story or the start, they got the climax, and then the punchline, the kicker, callbacks, whatever.
Right.
I just flow with it,
Right.
And you will never see my same jokes twice. Like that's a promise I made to myself, but I still find myself funny. I don't know. Y'all come out and make your own opinion. Most of my jokes are about real life things, so a little bit of incest, like a little bit of here and there.
You actually had an incestuous situation?
Well,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Here's the thing. Well, I'm not, because like I learned from it. Because like, here's the thing is, it was like,
was it a cousin?
We were both
like
the same
second
age.
cousin and Southside. That's just Southside.
I mean,
that's not even incestuous.
Actually, this was Florida, bro. Like,
oh, it's Florida.
Okay,
lived in Florida for a little bit. Yeah, so Florida.
Well, there you go.
Right?
There's some friggin' material right there, Florida.
But so that's the thing though, is too, is like, yeah, anything goes in Florida. Shout out.
So did you find out that you were in an incestuous relationship after the fact?
Yeah, dude. Like after really like reading books and like Lifetime movies, and I was like, oh shit, I'm a statistic, or oh whoops, I'm a statistic.
Yeah.
Did you know? Okay, did you know that he was your cousin when you hooked up with him?
Well, no, yeah, but it's one of those things. Like we also used to wrestle. Like we also used to like do other things, and then I was just like, let's just try this out.
Right.
I don't know.
There's some tension building. Let's figure this out.
And so here's the thing, though. If I'm a statistic, they also say 1 in 4 men have been through something similar. Like if you're.
So he's a statistic too.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely is a statistic. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And half of the like comedians too. Like.
How long did you have a relationship with your cousin?
No, it wasn't even a thing. It was just like, hey, we'll try this.
You just tried it once?
And that's when I decided I like what I like. I like certain flavors.
That's on it. The cousin did the secret bust.
Yeah, and now I can't have Reese's peanut butter cup. So it's a whole thing.
All right, we're on in 15 seconds. We have to not talk about anything we just talked about. So we have other stuff to talk about that's like radio fodder. Not as cool, but
now it's clean.
We'll get into
Oh, shit, fuck. I could have been saying stuff.
No more cursing. Here we go. 1 second.
Okay.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here with Eunice Gonzalez, who's a stand-up comedian here, and Weirdo. We're going down all different types of rabbit holes as far as sexual exploration on the podcast broadcast. I'm learning a lot, and then it takes a lot for me to be like slack-jawed when it comes to this topic. But I'm like, I guess I'm just a giant prude. I did a missionary once. All right, let's see.
But only once.
Yeah, have you guys heard of the latest TikTok craze called the Pantyhose Candle Challenge? Have you seen this?
Oh,
yeah, there's always some kind of stupid challenge, and
these challenge titles are getting longer and longer too.
Well, it has to be descriptive, right? So the Pantyhose Candle Challenge is just that. So I got a video of a husband and wife doing this. This is what they do. You put pantyhose over someone's face like you're going to rob a bank, and then you try to have them blow out the candle. Now, I have a feeling, 2 out of 3 people in this room probably be able to accomplish that goal. I don't know. But this is
don't count yourself
husband
twice.
and wife. I get winded easily. Yeah, thank you. Here's them attempting to.
That's disgusting.
This is I feel like I'm
First of
watching
all,
snuff
the way
porn.
she's positioned.
Yeah.
Oh no, it looks dirty. It looks dirty, which actually leads to a bunch of clicks. I mean, this thing went mini viral. But yeah, apparently this is the latest TikTok craze that everyone's doing. They're dressing up like they're gonna rob a bank, and then they try to blow out the candles. And this couple here made it kind of romantic. I'm sure they're gonna turn around and keep that candle lit, and then they have a little candle lit loving, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to look at more of that video here on the podcast broadcast stream. The fact of the matter is I have like a whole bunch of commercials got to play, get ready for the beef tip. And I want to get back to all the X-rated conversation that we were having on the podcast broadcast. So we'll do that. And then we'll be back with your beef tip right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right. We'll do a little bit more of that. I want to see if he could blow this out. Like, come on, man.
I mean, that's just not the kind of blowing I'm into. So
It looks
Dirty.
like snuff porn. Like
It does.
I think they're just trying to make soft snuff porn.
God, do you remember when like it was a huge thing if somebody had a snuff video and now it's all over the internet? It's not even a big deal anymore. Anyway, that's a whole other subject.
Yeah, it's a whole nother situation.
Oh, dude, he's hot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
is
Now
she.
she's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She looks horrible.
Great position, though.
That's all they're doing, bro. They're just trying to appeal. So what I want to know is how many people have like their money invested in pantyhose? Because if you don't, you better start now.
Right.
Like just how Tide Pod just took off. Like
That's true.
invest your money in pantyhose.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
The stock for
See
that.
what,
It's gonna
see
go
what
through the
Powers
roof.
ask?
Yeah.
This pantyhose flammable.
Yeah.
There's gonna be idiots with like missing eyelashes and eyebrows.
Let's find out.
It's not. It's not. Yeah. If that was the case, like women would be going up in flames for generations. You know what I mean?
I think they have been, friend. Like, I think there's a whole movement. There's this whole Roe versus Wade thing going on.
Right?
Speaking of stupid, well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Yes. Speaking of stupid trends here, I got another one I want to share with you. Have you heard about mouth taping? The health trend here?
The health trend?
Yes. Again, we talked about this
Oh.
earlier. Here's an example picture. This is something that TikTokers are telling themselves to do. Taping their mouth shut. Normally you're just like, okay, good. That way she doesn't talk so much when I'm trying to
Right.
watch the game.
I was like, that's not enough tape.
Yeah. No, that the mouth taping is not for, being quiet while your significant other watches the game. It's a breathing exercise that you tape your mouth before you go to bed, which makes you breathe through your nose, which does have some health benefits apparently.
So then you won't snore?
Well, yeah, you won't snore as much or as loud, but there are other health benefits. I guess the oxygen gets deeper in your lungs if you breathe through your nose. But there are risks, like suffocating to death because if you have a stuffy nose and you're fucked.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I was gonna say if
experts-
it cures like snoring, like I'm gonna hook my husband up with some tape because he snores.
That's
You
another
should try
thing.
it anyways. Just be like, oh, go, you're asleep.
Mhm.
Let's just see what happens.
The optimism,
right.
the optimism of the poly relationship in one bed and stuff, it still surprises me because your husband is a snorer. So don't you think your girlfriend or your boyfriend might eventually get annoyed by snoring?
I
if
mean,
one out
right,
of four
because
people.
it's like a new dynamic. Yeah, I believe it was last night he started snoring, and I just like reach over and I just push his head to the side so that way he'd shut the hell up.
Right.
Love you.
And then afterwards, he's just like, why is my neck hurting? And
All of a sudden he's like, why am I
everybody's just
waking up with a
shoving him.
pillow over my face?
Yeah,
It's like,
no
tried
shit.
suffocating you. You're loud.
Yeah. All right. Well, Eunice has got a big show coming up. She's a promoter doing many different things. And so we talked about Wild Cards being the one promotion that you're doing for the screening room. What's the other the rackets that you have?
The
Racket.
Yeah. We all got to
Allegedly.
hustle.
We're gonna add allegedly to this whole thing, man. I feel like you're gonna be the reason I go to jail for something.
No.
Right.
I'm
but,
definitely not. And then tell your bosses I had
Better
nothing to do with
erase this
it.
tape after.
Yeah.
No, so I also am like partnering with a few people to get like different shows going on. Shout out Heal Thy Soul ladies. They are doing it. They're killing it for the community.
Heal
out
thy
here.
souls.
Heal Thy Soul. So
Nice.
they do like community work that's like Reiki and different things. Check out their website and their IG. But they're also hosting, and I'm just kind of helping them to get the promoting going.
Yeah.
An inclusive, lady friendly, green friendly screening room movie day.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's kind of like the drive-in. You used to be able to park up and have like back-to-back movies and smoke out in your own car.
right.
You
Right.
can't really do that anymore. So basically, bring your vape, bring your dabs, bring whatever
Alright.
you like. Flower outside. But
Nice.
the other stuff,
Right.
go ahead. Screening room. It's gonna be on the 8th of September.
Nice.
Actually, half
Nice.
baked and sausage party double feature.
Oh,
Yeah,
that might be a fun one to go to.
edibles, man. Edibles, and then watch the food go wild on the screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do
Bring
love.
you some hot dogs and watch the hot dogs.
I do love the
Or
screening
bring your
room
hot
show.
dog and give them
No,
a
that's a
handsy.
genius
I don't know.
idea.
And then have some of that delicious cum.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Mad respect. Like he's
Hold
like
on.
pushing the
Let's see.
local rock scene. You're pushing the local comedy scene. Love it.
Doing the thing.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up after this, but this morning's moron was a doozy. We had video to go along with it. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's now 6:14 and time for your morning moron. Look, sometimes you go to a place and you buy something and you're not necessarily thrilled by the quality of said product that you bought at like a gas station, but you just kind of suck it up and deal with it, right? That's what adults do.
Yeah. We all do it.
Right. Well, a man in Detroit went to a gas station early Tuesday and ordered a pack of Swisher Sweet cigars. Now, they're not the best cigars. Obviously, you're just getting them to break them open, throw out the tobacco, load it up with weed. Yeah. That's the reason why you do that. But when he lit up, he didn't like the smell of the Swisher Sweet, and he thought it had cologne on it. So it was a stale Swisher Sweet. Probably was too close next to the cologne, and that the tobacco leaves kind of do absorb the scents in the air. I know that I've had experiences with that in the past, so it's understandable it happens. But at the same time, don't get mad about it to the point where this dude did. He went to the clerk, tried to get his money back. The clerk refused. It's like, sorry, you smoke it, you buy it.
Right.
All right. Then the clerk said the guy was the one wearing the cologne. So he's like, hey, if you think it tastes like cologne, you're just tasting yourself, bro. Which he obviously didn't like the sound of that. He was offended. He was infuriated. So he went outside, filled a bucket with gas.
Oh.
So you know this guy's mad because he's investing at least $4. This is in Detroit. I don't think gas is cheap there.
Yeah.
So he filled a bucket with gas, a couple gallons. So I've probably spent like $10.
Where did he get the bucket from?
It's Detroit. They have buckets laying around. Maybe he had in the back of his car. Who knows? So once he filled the bucket with gas, he opened the door to the convenience store, dumped the gas inside, and then lit the place on fire. You're laughing. That's crazy. I got video of it right here that I'll show you.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So you see it just get engulfed in flames. He almost burnt his own facial hair off, his eyebrows, his hair. He almost got burnt. And I'm sure he kind of did. And he walked out all entitled like a little dick. Now, fortunately, the clerk was able to escape and no one was injured. The police have a suspect in custody, but they haven't released his name. And as you might expect, the gas station suffered a severe torching. So, all right. So we're talking about side hustles here. Eunice, once again, how people are going to be able to follow you to get these tickets for the show. I did put all the information on how to get tickets to the show on our stream, so people will be able to get that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So check me out on IG, Mi Vecina Nice, MIVECINANICE. It is long, but
it's worth it.
It's worth it. Just
Nice.
like
me.
Are you though?
No, come on.
I feel like the more that people talk things up, which is why I'm talking this show up, it's more shit.
All right, we're on the air. We're on the air.
Whoops.
Yeah.
It's
We got to go
more-
into the beef tip.
There's so many different things. So first off, I haven't talked myself up. So,
I don't know that lobster bit. I don't know.
I'm saying that lobster bit. All
What
right.
a beef bit. What a beef tip?
Yeah, beef
Okay,
tip. Yeah, beef tip is what I end up giving at the end of the show, which we are all out of time. So I actually don't have a beef tip to you other than subscribe to youtube.com/beefvegan. On the podcast broadcast, you're going to get all the information on today's guest, Eunice Gonzalez. Eunice, excellent job. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's the first time, but I'm sure it won't be the last time. Tomorrow morning, we're going to continue to give away tickets for Ghost. We'll also have tickets to give away from him, WVH, Jim Jeffries, and a gift certificate to Thunder Bacon Bird Company. Till then, Moocho's up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
Later days.
When you wish upon a side of beef,
that was fun.
you will come and end to all your
Later,
grief.
boys. See you
But
next week,
if
Powers.
you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.